What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha, represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Want to give a big ups to all of my subscribers, those of you who have been with me since I started this journey, and you still subscribe to my brand. Again, I'm grateful. I appreciate y'all, even though you may not catch every live I do. You may not get to view every upload that I do. I'm still grateful for all of my A1s from day ones. Those who have recently subscribed, I welcome you to Mocha's Cafe de Paris family. I appreciate the support. So, with that going on, I thought it was very imperative. What's up to all the ladies in the chat? To everybody that's coming in, appreciate you. Now, I never do a chat this late, but being that I've been in corrections, and I work late night shift, I'm finding it more and more difficult for me to sleep during the night. So basically, I've become like a vampire since I become a correctional officer. I'm up all night and I sleep all damn day, and I have not been able to get back to my normal self. So that's the only reason why I'm doing a chat this late, because of my sleeping pattern has gotten thrown off since I started corrections. But nevertheless, I'm grateful, and I'm just thanking God for blessing me to see another day. So I thought I would do this late chat tonight because of the simple fact I noticed that there are a lot of gentlemen who really think that they really have selected good women. What's up, Snake Charmer? Good to see you, love. Thank you for stopping in. And it's a big misconception that only women make bad choices when it comes to selecting a companion, when it comes to selecting a spouse. And women, we are the ones who often catch a lot of heat. That we don't pick good men, that we don't have we don't make very good decisions when it comes to choosing a soulmate, when it comes to choosing a companion. Women, we catch a lot of flack about not picking the right type of men. But the truth of the matter is, there's also a lot of men who are not making the best decision when it comes to selecting a certain woman, especially somebody they may choose as far as a wife, someone that's a mother of their children. And there are a lot of men that are in relationships with women that really aren't happy with them. um that they're really, there's a lot of women out here who are picking men basically on the fact that she's in a struggle, that she's looking for a man that's going to rescue her in the midst of her chaotic situation. And it's a lot of guys out there who think they are married to wife material, who think they are married to a qualified woman. And it's a lot of guys out here who are not realizing that you really do not have a rider. What you got is someone who's looking for a provider. There's a lot of women out here that are looking for dudes that are going to provide, that are going to take care of them. Snake says some men will choose any woman who tells them that they want to hear and feed their delusions. Absolutely. A lot of men have been manipulated basically because a lot of these women out here, they know how to stroke a man's ego. They know how to stroke a man's ego. And not only that, a lot of these women know how to make these dudes feel like they are the king of the jungle when it comes to the bedroom. A lot of these females have become mastermind manipulators at being able to do that. What's up, Justy Andre? Good to see you. Yeah, so that's why I'm doing this content, because it's a lot of men out there who need to be aware of what kind of women they don't need to marry. They need to realize what type of women do not have their best interests at heart. It's a big misconception. All of these women out here are not looking to be wifed up. All of these women out here are not looking for a good man. You have some women out here that are basically on a prowl for men that are vulnerable, for men that they could take advantage of. Because let's just face it, vulnerability, we make it seem like it's a feminine problem. Only women have the tendency to be vulnerable, and that's not true. There are some men who also have the tendency to be very vulnerable, depending on what stage a man is going through in his life, depending on his age range, depending on how he's doing economically, depending on what phase he's going through at that point in time. It's very easy for him to pick up a woman that's not the ideal woman for him. And that's why I'm doing this content, so I can break down the elements of that. What's up, Nolan? Yes, you know it's Snake Charmer, honey. You know I'm gonna get it in. I'm gonna get it in, because a lot of these men out here need to understand that they are being manipulated, that they are being bamboozled. Just because your wife looks good, just because your woman looks good, she has a fat ass, she looks like good eye candy, and all of your homeboys are thinking you got this dime piece. Behind closed doors, you are miserable, because you're basically done took on a woman who really does not care about you, who really has no interest in building with you. She's all for herself. So with that being said, I am going to go into tonight's topic. Tonight's recipe: she's not a rider. She wants a provider. In other words, dude, she's not riding for you. She's not trying to be down for you and really be a supportive companion to you. She's all about making sure that you're fulfilling all of her needs. So I'm going to break down those elements. So last week, a couple of weeks ago, I did a video specifically for the ladies. I did a video for the ladies because I take turns, I fluctuate. My channel is very non-feminist, and I don't do feminist content, and I don't do also male chauvinistic content. I always make sure I'm very balanced, and if I'm going to do content for the ladies, I'm going to do content for the men, and vice versa. So I did a video for the ladies, and it's still there if anybody didn't get a chance to view it. I labeled it you can't keep a man that doesn't want to be kept. I did a video on that because there's a lot of women out here holding on to men who have shown over and over that they really don't want them. They don't want the relationship. That the guy is being very disrespectful. The guy has stepped out on them more than one time. The guy has verbalized to them and told them, I really don't want the relationship. But because she fears that if she lets him go, he's going to move on and do better with another woman, or she fears that man may be her last hope. Because let's face it, sometimes as women, we get to a point where we feel like, I got to hold on to this guy because I cannot afford to start all over. I done got older. I got too many kids. I done been with him over 10 years. Women, we try to come up with 1,000 excuses as to why we need to hold on to a man who has definitely demonstrated to us and showed us the signs blatantly in our face that he does not want us and he does not want the relationship. So I did a video anyway on that. I basically broke down all the elements of how a woman can tell if a man is no longer interested in maintaining his relationship. And as I promised, I told the guys that I would do a men's edition about how they can tell if a woman loves them or if she's just using them. So that's why I'm doing this late night chat for the men called She's Not a Rider. She's just a provider. And I'm glad you ladies are here so I can chime in as well, because a lot of these guys, they need to be schooled. It amazes me. I know a particular guy right now. He's been married to this young lady for quite some time. He's an ideal guy. He has a good career going. He basically, came into her life at a point in time when the father of her child walked away from her. So he took on that responsibility of being a father to her daughter. And not only that, in the process, they ended up eventually having children of their own. And she has verbalized to me and verbalized to other people that she's really not in love with this man. She really doesn't want him. Basically, he came into her life during the time when she was down on her luck. He was basically the captain save him. And what a lot of men are not understanding, and sometimes some of these women, uh they deal with men not for the fact that they love the man, but they're more so in need of that man. They may be in a financial struggle, or in a lot of cases the man they wanted really didn't want them. So you came along as the rebound guy. It's a lot of guys out here that are rebound guys. Basically, the woman did not really want them. They just came during a time when the man they really wanted rejected them. And it's a lot of guys that just came in second place. The woman is only with them because the guy she really wanted to be with, he either moved on, he got married to somebody else, he's in a relationship with someone else, and so happened you decided to come along and be the Superman, the rescuer. What's up, Epic 7? How you doing? So it's a lot of guys out here that are getting bamboozled and thinking they got good women, thinking they got good wives, thinking they got a good companion. Because again, another issue is that a lot of guys are going by looks. They want to go by how a woman looks, and it's a lot of guys that are being deceived only because a woman looks good or she has a nice body, she has a pretty face. It's a lot of physical attributes that has unfortunately robbed men of having the potentials of having a good woman, all because they're going by how a woman looks versus going by her true and genuine intentions as far as what she really wants out of him. Let me take my macaroni and cheese out the oven, y'all. One moment. Okay, I had to take that macaroni and cheese out of the oven, honey, because I shredded too much cheese. I put too much work into that macaroni and cheese for it to go burnt, for it to get burnt. Okay. But back to as I was addressing, it's a lot of men out here who think they really got women that are down for them, that are loyal to them. And the truth is, there are a lot of women out here who don't have their best interests at heart, because again, it's more so women that are really attractive, women that are really pretty and well put together. They're the ones who got more of an advantage in using guys and taking advantage of good men, because they have the physical attributes. Now, as far as an unattractive woman, she can be a good woman, she could be a wholesome woman, but a man, especially a man who looks good and has his stuff together, he feels like he has the right to be choosy. So of course he's going to go after the woman that looks good first before he decides to go after the woman that's may not be that attractive, but she's a good woman. She'll really ride for him, she'll be supportive of him. He'll write her off the moment he even see her. He won't even give her a chance to hold a conversation. If she's not light enough, if she's not thin enough, if her hair ain't long enough, she don't like she in shape or whatever the case is, he's not even going to find out what's in her heart. He's not going to take the time to find out what's in her heart. He's not even going to waste his time and even consider giving her a chance. But this heifer over here will held down her back with big ass, big tits, and tight body. He will hold a conversation with her first, and she's the one that's a freaking python. She's the real snake. No disrespect to you, Alice. I just had to say that because your name is Snake Charmer. So, I ain't want you to feel like I was throwing no shade. But I had to get that out there. That is the real python. That's the truth of the matter. What's up, Resurrection of Kenneth Thomas, Grandmaster Troll? Good to see you, sir. Again, because men they are visual creatures, so he's gonna automatically write the woman off who could be a good woman just based on the fact that she does not have those physical attributes. She doesn't have that ping ping pow thing going. She's not the chick that he could bring around his homeboys, that he can bring to his family reunion, and his male cousins and his guy cousins like, damn man, where you got her from? Damn, that chick is banging. She don't get up. He knows physically she's not the type of chick that he could bring to the cookout and people would be impressed, and that unfortunately, that has a lot of men. That's how a lot of men get used, and that's how a lot of men get taken advantage of because they want to go after the ping ping pow boom. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Raw L? My Scorpio brother is in the building. AJC and Red. What's up, Cyber Husband? Good to see you. Ernest Kwame, thank you for coming in, sir. Good to see you. Snakes are divine animals. Stop insulting them. I'm just saying. Some snakes, not all snakes are, some snakes are poisonous, okay? Now, the good snakes may be divine, but the ones that are venomous, I don't consider them divine. I don't like snakes. I'm not a snake person. I don't like snakes and I don't like rats. Those two things, I will move out my house if I ever was to see one come in here. So, but don't misconstrue the overall point. I'm doing this content for all the guys that's coming in here. Basically tonight's late night chat is about women who specifically want men who they can use and take advantage of. And the content is she's not a rider. You're her provider. In other words, you may be with a woman who's not really riding for you. She knows that you have good husband's potential. She know that you're going to work. She know that you're going to provide. She knows that you're going to pay the bills. And it's unfortunate that a lot of these men are getting bamboozled because again, a lot of these women, some of them, they can pull off being a manipulator because they look good. They got the body, they got the physique, they can get away, they can get over with taking advantage. And usually by the time a man finds out, he done invested too much into her. He done invested money, he done invested feelings, he done invested time. But that's just something you have to just be careful. Oh, okay, Ernest. I got you. Ain't no problem. It's all love over here. So I wanted to do the content for the men tonight because again, I did it for the ladies last time. So what I'm saying, in other words, she's not trying to ride for you or be with you long term, but basically you are a provider. You're providing the things she needs until she gets what she really wants comes along. A lot of these females, they are just with certain guys until the main guy they want comes along. So you're thinking you're the final resting place when really you're just a convenience stop. You're a 7-Eleven. A lot of you dudes out here, y'all are 7-Elevens. Y'all are Circle K's. Y'all are quick stops. A lot of you guys have become convenience stores to some of these bras that are just using you until they get to where they really trying to go. Okay? So the truth is, when we think of someone getting used, we automatically assume that we as women's, we are the ones that are always being taken advantage of. But the truth is, there are a lot of good men that are also getting played and used by no good women. It's a lot of that going on. Yeah, AJ, just give me a few minutes. I'll be glad to bring you on. Yeah, when I get my main points across, I'll be glad to bring you on. That's no problem. I'll throw you a link. Send me your I'll see. I'll give you my email. Paris. Yeah. So as I get near to the end, I'll be glad to bring you. I'll be glad to bring you on. So oh, that's supposed to be an S after 79. Cafe de Paris 79. There you go. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this content because it's this misconception that only women can get used, that only women can be played. But the truth is, a lot of you men are getting played, by women. A lot of women, in a sense, the ones who y'all figure is going to mean you well, but she really doesn't have good intentions. So, there are a lot of women that are in the struggle, and most of the struggle comes from poor decision making. Today I'm going to break down all of the ingredients and elements as to how you can tell if a woman is really feeling you or if you're just a provider or if she has other intentions. So I'm going to give y'all some signs to look for. I'm just sipping on my little pina colada, y'all, so if I pause, I'm in between my sips. I got to have my drink. Okay, sign number one. How you can tell she's not a rider and she just wants a provider. The first sign is you you met her when she was in the struggle. Basically, I don't mean a struggle as something as simple as maybe she's struggling getting through to school, she's struggling paying the bills, something little stuff like that, because we all got struggles. Something a little bit more in depth, like her baby daddy or her husband walked out of her life and left her, and you just so happen came along to pick up the pieces. In many cases, when a woman is down on her luck and she's been abandoned and left with excessive baggage, most likely she's not going to want to carry that baggage alone. So any man that's willing to be Captain Save 'em and help her with her baggage, she's not going to turn him down. Even if she knows she's not attracted to him or interested in him, not even the least bit. If he's stable, he can produce income and make her life better, she's not going to reject him. So, with that being said, if you meet a woman in her period of life and she's struggling, something bad, just kind of happened. She with a sudden divorce, or maybe she wasn't married to the man, but he left her because she became pregnant with his child, and he really did not want a child from her. If you meet a woman in a bad predicament, it does not matter if you're unattractive. It does not matter if you're not the ideal man she would want. She's going to take you on because she's in the struggle and she's looking for Captain Save 'em. Now, I know there's going to be a man that's going to say, well, for one, I'm not going to even deal with a woman who's been abandoned or been left. Or I'm not even going to deal with a woman that's down on her luck. Well, that's easier said than done. You know what I mean? Because there are some guys who have done it. And I know they call this type of guy simps. They say they simping. But the truth is there are some simps out there. I know some guys who have done it. They have met women who were down on their luck. And because the woman looked good or because she had a big ass, they gave her a pass or whatever. And they decided, okay, I'm a step up and be the man that she needs. Because believe it or not, you have some men, it strokes their ego to be able to pick up the pieces and step up and do things that the last man wasn't man enough to do. In their mind, it makes them feel like they have accomplished something. What's up, Soup Bone? You do have some men out there with low self-esteem. You do have some men out there who haven't always been the ideal attractive type of guy, because you have some guys that are square dudes that are not confident. So most guys who fall prey to these type of women that are attractive and beautiful but are in but these women happen to be in poverty stricken situations, the square dude is most likely going to overlook that because he's looking at the fact that, oh, she's interested in me, oh, she wants to deal with me. No, she does not want to deal with you. She knows that you are in a position where you can help her. So to all my men out there, you have to be careful when you meet a woman in the struggle, because she doesn't, it does not mean she's necessarily going to be with you for you. She may be with you for the simple fact that you are sitting in a good position where you can help her get out of her ruts. So you have to be very careful doing that. So again, if you meet a woman that's in a struggle, I'm not talking about a woman who's going through a temporary situation. Um, when my husband met me, I was in a struggle. I granted I didn't have 3, 4 baby daddies, and I wasn't left with 4, 5 kids and stuff, but I was in a financial struggle. I was experiencing a hardship. So he had the choice to decide if he wanted to still be with me or not. I didn't ask him or beg him or say, I really need your help, whatever the case is. It's different if it's something you don't mind doing. But even with that, as a man, you have to be careful taking a chance on a woman who is in a struggle, because she's not necessarily going to be with you because of you. She'll most likely be with you because you were basically a Captain Save 'em. You rescued her out of her turmoil, her struggle. So you have to be careful with that. And like I said, all of us have struggles, but when you meet somebody that's in a really bad situation, you have to be careful in taking a chance and helping them clean up somebody else's mess, because um again, it's not going to be their best intentions for you. It's basically boils down to the fact, well, he's helping me, he's there for me, and he's helping me get out of the situation. So you have to be careful with that. Now, this is the second thing. This is another sign that men have to be careful with. This is sign number 2. How you could tell you met a woman that's not a rider, but you're her provider. The second sign is she's not close to her family. And I'm going to break that down because I know a lot of people thinking, what does that have to do with anything? When a woman is not close to her family, meaning she has very little support from her loved ones, meaning her mother, her sisters, her brothers, her family. Um, there's a reason for that. And I tell people all the time, whenever you meet a companion, kind of monitor what kind of relationship they got with their family. And that really goes both ways, but we're not talking about the women tonight. This content is for the guys. If you meet a woman that's not close to her family, that could be for very good reason. It could possibly be it's because she burnt a lot of bridges with her relatives. Um, Maybe many of the relatives have lent her money and she never paid them back. Um, Plenty of her relatives kept her children, and she's abused the privilege of them helping her with the children. Um, Basically, her family did favors for her, helped out every time she got in the rut, and she took advantage of it. So therefore, she has no support. Most likely, you have put yourself in a position of being a cleanup man. She can't turn to anybody, so therefore you are the cleanup man. You have a lot of females out here, guys. It's a lot of women who have burnt bridges. Okay, they mama don't deal with them, they daddy don't deal with them, their sisters don't deal with them, their uncles don't deal with them. You meet a woman who has relatives who don't look out for her, who never keep the kids, who never try to be there for, who never. It's a reason for that. Now, of course, she's not going to tell you that. She's not going to be honest and say, well, you know what? My family, they're not dealing with me because I took advantage. I burnt a lot of bridges. I lied. I over abused the privilege of them looking out for me and helping me with my kids. They're not going to say that. They're automatically going to say, my family don't care about me. My family ain't there for me. My family don't have nothing to do with me. If nobody in the family has something to do with her, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Now, granted, mother and daughters, they do fall out. That happens. But if you notice, nobody in her family messes with her. Nobody. Every time you turn around, she in a situation and her family would not help her. Her family would not lend her a helping hand. It's the reason for that. And if she's a woman that's burnt a lot of bridges within her family, you're going to end up being a cleanup man. It's going to happen. You're going to be a cleanup man. You're going to be the man she's going to look towards to help her out because, again, she done burnt several bridges. So she cannot get anybody in her family to be there for her. So monitor how a woman interacts with her family. If you notice her sister, her siblings, her parents really have little to nothing to do with her, do your research and find out why. Don't just go by what she says. Don't go by, well, they just don't like me or they just don't like my baby daddy or whatever. No, do your research. So that's number 2. Number 3, she married you on the whim. This is the third sign how you know a woman is not a rider. You're just a provider. When she decides to just marry you impulsively, there was no thorough thought of planning. You haven't known her long and you both just decided to up and get married. Basically, many women have the tendency to rush marriage. Most women have the tendency to rush marriage is because they perceive the man as a good sale or a good bargain. Basically, he's a good seller, good bargain. Who's going to pass up a good bargain? There's no woman in this chat room I know who's going to pass up a good sale. Especially when you, as the man, you're just as eager to be her husband before even really getting to know her. Some women rush marriage because they fear the man may learn things about them that he may not be willing to deal with. So she convinces him to marry her rather quickly before he catches on to anything. So you have to be careful with this. This is another thing that men you have to be careful with. A woman who wants to drag you down the aisle and she wants to rush you down the aisle quick. She's trying to rush you down that aisle because she knows that if y'all were to kick it a little bit longer before y'all could get married and you was to find out some stuff about her, that most likely you're not going to marry her. Now, some women have the tendency to want to get married quick because, especially if the man is the ideal man, if he works, he's making good money, has a good job, he doesn't have a lot of responsibilities, especially if you are a man with no children. If you are a man with no children, you are like a golden prime ticket. Okay. All right. Now, even if you are a man with children, but you take care of your children, that's another big plus because she's looking at it like, well, hell, if he's taking care of his kids and he's spending money on his kids, I know if I was to get any kids from him or if I was to ever be with him, he's going to look out for me and my kids. So you really got to be careful either way, gentlemen. You got to be careful. If you got kids, you got to be careful if you don't got kids because she's looking at your potential. And if she feels that you have a lot of good things going for you, if the opportunity presents itself, she's going to try to get you to marry her quick. So you got to be careful with that. Anytime you meet a woman that's trying to rush you and down the aisle, trying to speed race you down the aisle, something is up with that. Something is totally up with that, especially if you got a good job. Hell, these days you ain't even got to have a good job. You just have to have a job. Because there's so many guys out here that's not working and taking advantage of women and living off of women. So women these days, back in the day, you used to have to be a guy that had a really good job. But nowadays, the average woman, as long as you just have a job, even if you're just working at Popeye's frying chicken, she gonna deal with you because it's so many bum ass dudes out here who's not going to work, who don't have a problem wearing out a woman's vagina and wearing out a woman's couch. He's gonna wear out those two things, okay? Only thing he is hitting is her and the goddamn buttons on that remote. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So that's the third thing you have to look for is that if she wants to marry you quick, what is she trying to rush you down the aisle for versus trying to get to know you? Y'all trying to build something up with that. So be careful with that, guys. The fourth thing is she's a single parent. Now I'm gonna sip my drink on this because I know I'm gonna have some single parent sisters that's about to get mad and in their feelings. Whenever you bring up single mothers, it's a touchy subject. People stop logging off. People stop coming in the chat room and going off and all of that. But just hear me out. Hear me out before you get upset. She's a single parent. Now, this is not to say that all single mothers are looking for help, because some of them aren't. Some of them are holding it down. They're taking care of their kids on their own. They're not looking for a janitor, Mr. Cleanup Man. They're handling their business. But the truth is, most of them are. And let's just keep that 100, ladies. A single parent, I don't care how much these women try to say, I don't mind being a single parent. A lot of them do mind being a single parent. It's not easy when all of it is on you and you have no support, no backbone. So we could just save the shenanigans. Okay. What's up, Tyrone Church? How you doing? Good to see you. I ain't seen you in a while. I haven't gone wild. I haven't gone live in a while though too. But it's good to see you, Tyrone. Thanks for coming in. Tonight, for anybody who's coming in and want to know what I'm talking about men that are getting used by women, that are getting used by females. And basically, the woman, she's not a rider. She's looking for a provider. In other words, she's not looking for a man to have something solid or stable with. She's looking for a man that's going to provide for her and dig out the hole and dig out her rut. So that's what I'm doing the content on. Because last time I did the content for the ladies, and I told the guys I was going to do content for them. So that's why I'm doing this late night chat. I never do chat this late, but you have to realize, ever since I started becoming a correctional officer, my sleeping pattern is throwed off. I'm sleeping all day and I'm up all night, because usually around this time of night, I'm walking the halls, I'm supervising the inmates and stuff like that. So my sleep is just totally thrown off. But let me get back to the single parent thing. So this is the fourth reason, this is the fourth sign of a certain type of female you have to be cautious of. Back to my point about the single mother. As I was saying, all single mothers are not looking for help, but most of them are. Some of these single mothers have created their own burdens, but they don't want to be responsible for it by themselves. So, and you have some women out here who have put themselves in bad predicaments. They done got themselves knocked up. They had 4 or 5 kids by these 3, 4 baby daddies. And ironically, they are looking for help. They do not want to take care of the children by themselves, even though they were the ones who decided to get knocked up by these hood booger dudes out here. And now they want someone to step up and be stepdaddy and help them to carry their package. Some single mothers want an instant step up stepdaddy. That's what I call step up stepdaddy. A dude that's going to step up and be stepdaddy. To make the fathers of their children jealous, others need the financial assistance. So some of these women out here that are single mothers, they're looking for instant step up stepdaddies because either they need financial assistance, in other words, they need a man that got money, that got some bread, that's going to help them take care of these kids, because their baby daddy's probably ain't giving them no child support, or the baby daddy locked up so he can't pay child support. Basically, they're in a bad predicament. Or either her baby daddy may not be locked up, he may not be like out of children's life, but she wants to use you to get back at her baby daddy and make her jealous. I've seen a lot of women do this. I've seen women who are in love, who are still in love with the father. What's up, third degree burns? I know women who personally who were still in love, still have feelings for the children, for the father of their children, still love the daddies, still want to be with the daddies, and they know this. Even though they try to act bitchy, nasty, and crabby, like they don't care about the baby daddy no more, and they will get with another man, even so far as to they will marry that man. They will even have the man move in with them. All of that just to make the baby daddy jealous. It's a lot of women who have moved on with other men, knowing they still have feelings for another man. They move on with another man in hopes of getting the other dude jealous. This happens a lot frequently, and a lot of guys don't believe this. A lot of guys are in relationships with women who really still don't want them. They really want the guy who don't want them. Think we got a troller in here, because I don't know nothing about no trash bagger, fashion lover. Uh if she visits all of that, is step down, step daddy. Now you know what, Q, you a mess. Q is the chat clown. He always coming in here with his jokes. What's up, Q? Good to see you. A lot of these females will get with a man knowing they still got feelings for the last man. And some of you guys have walked into a situation as the rebound guy. She's not even feeling you. She's still feeling the dude. She's still feeling baby daddy who been left her, who been moved on. Dude may even be remarried and she's still in love with him. This happens very frequently, I'm telling you. Um, Children, the truth of the matter is with these single moms, children are a blessing, but let's keep it real. Children are bills. Children are bills. Babies are bills. Okay? These jokers are not free. They cost you money. If you are a man with a job and she sees that you are family oriented, she will not pass you up. And in the process, she may indeed try. Let me tell you, guys, another something else. Now, see, guys, I'm giving y'all some information that a lot of these female YouTube bloggers are not going to do. I'm putting y'all on to the game. I'm letting you know. I'm schooling y'all. I'm giving y'all some knowledge. I'm giving y'all some free food. I'm giving y'all some free food. I'm giving y'all some free knowledge on this. Now, listen to this, because I want y'all to make sure y'all follow me on this. If you are a man with a job, and she sees that you are family oriented, she will not pass you up. And in the process, she may indeed try to have a child from you to secure you. Because one thing a single mother knows is that she can't make a man obligated to her, especially when the kids she has don't belong to him. Let me tell you something. Some of these single moms out here, and if it doesn't apply, you don't have to reply. If you're a single mom, you don't have to take this content as if it's pertaining to you. I'm talking about certain single mothers, okay? But some of these single women out, some of these single mothers out here, if they meet a man that has a job and he's providing, he could pay the bills, she's not going to pass him up. And to make sure that she can keep that man at bay, she's going to try to get pregnant from him. Especially if they're in a consensual sexual relationship. And of course, when you're in a relationship with somebody, y'all living together, y'all in a relationship, you're not going to always use protection. That's your man, that's your woman. You're not going to always use protection unless y'all both have sat down and made an agreement. Hey, we don't want any kids right now. She goes and get on birth control. Y'all may decide a couple of years from now to have y'all first child or whatever. But one thing about these single mothers know they cannot make a man stay with them. And they know that, and they learned that better than anybody, because evidently that's how they became a single mother. They know they cannot make a man stay with them. So some females are so insecure, they are willing to get pregnant from a man that's well established and well put together just to secure him. Because you have some women out here that they are so insecure and they are so down on their luck. And the only way they feel like they can keep a man in their life is they got to get pregnant by that man. And that's what some women are doing now. That is the new trick. Well, ain't no new trick. That's been going on for years. But a lot of females are pulling that right now. So if you are a man that's well established and you pretty much got something going for yourself, and you meet a single mother, don't be surprised if she won't try to stoop to that level of trying to get pregnant from you. because that's her way of locking you in and making sure that you cannot leave her, which is the dumbest damn thing to do, because evidently if you're not with none of your baby daddies, that should be your proof right there that you cannot make a man be obligated with you to you, whether you got a kid or not. But some women, they'll do it anyway. They don't learn. They fit 5, 6, 7 baby daddies later. Some of these women still don't learn. Now, and there's a reason for it. Whenever you meet a woman with children that she's had from other men, she knows that you're not obligated. Okay. She knows that any time of day you can just walk away and say, you know what? F this. I don't want to be no stepdaddy. I don't want to be your man. I don't want to deal with the whole package. I thought I was just gonna get the sandwich. I got to take the whole combo if I deal with you. I got to take you. I got to take your kids. I got to take the bills. Some men don't want a whole damn combo. They just want a whole goddamn sandwich. You feel me? So this is something you men got to be careful. What's up, Marty? Good to see you. Yes, I'm breaking it down tonight for all the gentlemen out here. Now, yes, it's true, fellas. Some women will go far to have a child from a man they don't want just to secure him, especially if he's a good provider. A woman will get pregnant from you and not even want you. She wants what you can provide. You know how many women out here getting knocked up from dudes they don't love, don't want to be with, but because the man is a good provider, she gonna get knocked. She gonna take her chances because she knows, especially if she knows you're the kind of dude you just believe in handling your business. You got men out there, they take pride in working, they love their job, they love to make money. You got men out here who are proud to be men, who are proud to be real men, and don't have a problem with representing being a man. I don't care if you work at Popeyes or IHOP or if you're a CEO. So the fact that you are a man who will work and handle your business, women look at that shit. They will sit up here and try to knock it. Yeah, he work at Popeyes. Yeah, he got to catch the bus stop to work. But let me tell you something. If she gets really down on her luck, let me tell you something. She'll take that dude who will catch the bus to go work at Popeyes. She will take that same dude that she talked like trash about to her girlfriends. Oh, girl, he work at Popeyes. I ain't trying to. He not even on my level. Let her get in a predicament to where she has nothing going. She will take that same dude that she talked trash about to her girlfriends and try to make something with him. So don't get it twisted. You cannot go by what these women say, because we say one thing to our girlfriends and then we'll do something else behind their back. We all say that. But anyhow, these are the signs I'm giving y'all with she's not a rider. You're just a provider. For all the men to understand what place you really have when it comes to certain women. Every woman that you feel is that you're in she could be in a relationship with you now. You could be married to her right now. Some of these women do not have your best, do not have good intentions at heart. They are just with a certain man, or they're just with you because you will provide. You will handle your business. And she knows in many cases the man she does want is not going to do that with her. She knows that. So you just have to be careful. Now, this is the next sign. The next few signs, and if AJ is still up, I'll see if I could bring him on. But I want to get all my points and stuff across first before I bring him on if he's still available. The next sign that you men have to look for, how you can tell she's not a rider, she's looking for a provider. She doesn't do the things a wife does. She doesn't do the things a wife does. You have to beg her to make a home cooked meal. She rarely keeps the house clean. Her children are undisciplined. She don't take care of the kids. They run all over the house. They go to bed all time of night. The kids don't never have clean clothes. She'll never make sure they have a bath before they go to bed. She'd rather go to the clubs and hang out with her friends. Go to a Lil Wayne concert or whatever. Then to spend quality time with you. She'd rather be everywhere else but be with you. Um, then I ATO. Yep. You ain't lying, Q. I forgot to show some of y'all comments. I'm so busy doing this. I'm trying to read from my notes and everything. Basically, she doesn't do what a wife does. Um, no matter how romantic you try to be, she's non-responsive. She looks to be almost everywhere you're not. She finds fault in everything you do. She's always complaining. Basically, when a woman doesn't have genuine love for you, she will look for any fault or flaws you have and use them against you. It's a lot of men out here that are with women um that are not, that's not wife material. You just got good eye candy. I ran into this article the other day and I thought it was pretty interesting. The article was called, and it was an article for men. Because I read a lot of material for men too, that way I can better understand the male counterpart. Um, and the article was interesting. It talked about how, as a man, don't choose a good wife for you, but choose a good mother for your children. And I thought that was very interesting because a lot of times as men, they tend to choose a woman that they feel is going to be specifically just good for them. But they don't look at the whole overall picture like, okay, she may be good for me, but is she going to be good if I decide to have children from this woman? Because you got some women out here, they may be damn good wives, but they not good mothers. Or they may be good mothers and not be good wives. And then you have some, they just ain't either. They not a good wife and they not good mothers. They just good eye candy. They just know how to look good. They just know how to keep their bodies tight and right, but that's all they have to bring to the table. They have nothing else to offer. And a lot of this comes from the fact, and again, I will kind of say some of you guys, y'all created these monsters. I'm just being frank. You have a lot of you guys, y'all have boosted some of these women's egos, their feminine ego. Y'all have boosted their confidence by telling them how fine they are, by telling them how good they look. These, a woman knows when she looks good, and a woman know when she doesn't look good. These women who know they look good because they got, they light skin, got long hair, got big butts, and got nice, bodacious figures and all of that. These women are the ones that are most likely going to give you a run for your money, because so many guys done boosted up their ego, making them think they God's gift to men. And the women that are not that attractive, they already know they don't stand a chance with certain men on certain levels. So they don't too much try to approach them. And then most of the guys who are well off, they're not going to approach them anyway. Now, this is not to say that all unattractive women are good women, because that's not true. I know some women who are not only ugly on the outside, but they live an ugly lifestyle. They got 6, 7 baby daddies too. They take advantage of men too. So, you still have to weigh your pros and your cons. Okay. So, this is the next thing as to how you can tell if a woman is not a rider, but she's looking for a provider. She has nothing going for herself. She doesn't work, or if she does work, she doesn't keep the same job for long. She's always bouncing from job to job. She doesn't go to college. She doesn't have any real goals. She doesn't have any real ambition. Basically, she's very unstable. You have some women out here that are very unstable. They will go from job to job. They will move from house to house. They will move from man to man. All of their kids got different last names. You got some women that are very unstable. Women, females that lack ambition will look for a man who they can use as a crutch until she can decide where she's going. You're a come up. A lot of you dudes out here, you are a come up. Once you have helped her to reach the goal she's been trying to accomplish, she may eventually leave. Whenever you meet a woman that's not doing nothing for herself, nothing. I don't care if she's working at Circle K. You know, a woman who's absolutely not doing nothing. All she does is, she wants to be a model, an Instagram model. She's just posting selfies all day. She's in the hair shop. She's in the nail shop. She's always all over the place, but she's not doing anything fulfilling with her life. what do you think she has to offer you? She's going to look for you to be a crutch. She's going to look for you to be the come up guy. Okay? And it's a lot of females out here that is just what they're doing. That's just what they're doing. They're looking for come up guys. They're looking for men who can help them to get to where they are. And some of them, it's easy because a lot of these women look good. And the more good a woman looks, that's the less shit she has to do. An unattractive female, they have to go all out. And then some. An attractive female, she don't have to do much to get the likes of another man. All she has to do is look good, and that's it. And you'll be surprised. A lot of that this was has looks have ruined a lot of men from making good decisions. Because again, they keep going by how good a woman looks. And some of these women that really look good are dysfunctional as hell, are unstable as hell, are narcissistic, bipolar. And by the time they find out, it's too late. They didn't invested too much time and feelings. Okay, so again, be careful with picking up a woman who has nothing going for herself. Okay, she's unstable. She can't keep the same job. She's been in several relationships. She's been in like what, 5 relationships in less than a year, 6 months. That's not good. That lets you know she's unstable. Something is wrong with her. Next, this is another sign number 7, and then I got 2 more points. The next sign how you can tell a woman is not a rider, but she's looking for a provider. Another woman became a threat. Let's say y'all had an argument and it led to a brief period of separation and you both started seeing someone else. Initially, she may have been okay with the breakup because it gave her the advantage to see someone else. But her rebound dude didn't work out. But the woman you are seeing, there seems to be some potential of growth and she sees it. She's likely to try to come back to you to reconnect, not because she loves and wants to sincerely be with you, but because she fears you're going to end up being happier with someone else while she's still striking out. It's that I really don't want him, but I don't want to see him happy with someone else. In other words, she only sees your potential when somebody else wants you. What's up, Red Mike Radio? Very true. These are things you got to be cautious of. This is how you can tell if you're with a female, she's not a rider, but she's looking for a provider. Some women only want a man when they feel like he's doing better with another woman. This happens all the time. I know women who have had men in the palm of their hands. Guys was eating out the palm of their hands. Could get a man to do anything for them. But of course, she done got comfortable with him being too good to her, with him being too loyal to her. She wants to start dogging them and start taking them through changes for no reason. You know, and as soon as the man gets tired and say, you know what, I done had enough, I'm moving on with my life, he meets another woman and life goes on. Here she is coming out the thin blue sky. Now she wants to try to will this man back in. Thanks, Turf, for the $2 donations. Blessing upon Lady Mocha. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you, Turf. Thank you much. It's a lot of women who do this. A lot of women will not see potential in a man until he gets his shit together with another woman. Now she sees all of his potential. When she had him, she complained, she bickered, she took him through changes. Now he's with a whole nother woman. He seems happy. Let me tell you something, you guys. If you move on and a woman sees you happy with another woman and she's trying to will you back in or whatever, it's not because she regrets the fact that things didn't work out. She's more threatened by the fact that here it is, there's another woman that's going to have the benefits and privileges of having something that I will no longer have. Females do this all the time. I know a dude, he had enough of his wife's shenanigans. He left her, got with another female who had way more going for her than his current wife did. The female was career driven just like he was, had a future going just like he did. He had a good woman that was willing to try to have something with him. But sure enough, when his wife found out about the other woman and found out, because let me say something, if we find out you're dealing with somebody that's doing worse than us, we don't care. But if you're dealing with somebody that's doing better than us, oh, now we care. Now we care. Had she just been a strag, his wife wouldn't have cared. But because he picked up a woman that had way more to offer than she ever could, she ran back to him. Oh, we need to work it out for the kids. Oh, we need to be together for the kids. Women pull this stunt all the time. They wait till a man done moved on and start doing good with somebody else. And here it is. She want to come out the thin blue. Well, don't we need to go to church and pray about it? Don't we need to go to a counselor? Don't now she want to come up with everything to try to work it out. When the man was there, she didn't want to work nothing out. Cause some of these women, they feel like they once a woman feels like she has a man in the palm of her hands. Some of these women, not all. Let me make sure I put that out there, because I want all you men around here thinking all women have this issue. But some women, when a man has been, good to them for too long, because they're so used to being dogged and they're so used to getting mistreated, they think something is wrong. It's abnormal. It's crazy. But a woman who has been ran through, or a woman who has been used consistently throughout half of her life, the moment she does meet a decent guy, she don't know how to take him. It's like a whole nother language. It's like moving to China and you speak Spanish. You're going to struggle. So that this is how you know a woman is not a rider, but she's looking for a provider. She sees you getting ready to move on with another woman, and that's what it was. That's my train of thought. He was getting ready to make moves with this woman. He was getting ready to make moves with this woman because this woman had a career. They was getting ready to do well. She came around, sniffing around the block, pouring down tears. We got children together. How you just gonna move on so quick? What about the kids? What about us? What about our marriage? Now she want to bring up the marriage part. And you're my husband. Oh, you want to bring up the husband part. Oh, but I wasn't your husband when I was with you. Now they want to use all of these words and talk about, oh, I'm your wife and you're my husband. That's when you know they've reached a level of really desperation, when they want to claim you now as their husband. But when you had me, you told me, oh, I can get the F phone. You get the F phone. F you. I don't need you. I could always get me another man. I go on and be with your bitch. Your woman will say all of this stuff and don't mean it. Because as soon as a man move on and get another woman, now she riding around in his house throwing bricks at his windshield and all kind of carrying on. Some of the games that some of these females play is ridiculous. And the bad part is it reflects on all of us when these females do stuff like that. But anyway, that was reason number 7. When another woman becomes a threat, that's how you know she's not a rider. She's looking for a provider. She's afraid that you and that woman is going to move on and do well, and she's going to be stuck in her same rut. And that's what her fear is. She doesn't want to be with you. She's just afraid that someone else is going to be with you and bring you, and she'll pretty much know at that point there's nothing she can do to try to pretty much get you back at that point. I says I'm going through that now. My ex-wife is calling me her husband when she left me. See, I just told you I got a man in the room who just confirmed what I said. Thank you, Marty. See, I know what the hell I'm talking about. That's what happens. But you're my husband. And what about the children? How I'm gonna pay this mortgage? How I'm gonna pay this rent? What about little JJ? What about little Kiki? What about little Riri? What about us? We can't go to church and just pray about it. We need to meet the pastor. We need to talk to the pastor. We need to see a marriage counselor. Why are you just going to throw away all of these years that we had together? But you're my husband. What about us? Get the hell out of here. Q says she want to come back after rooftop Trey done put some miles on that in old Greyhound bus. Now you know what, Q? I'm gonna have to kick you out of here. He said rooftop Trey. I'm gonna have to steal that one, Q. Rooftop Trey. Oh my God, I can't believe he's leaving me. We're supposed to be together for the children. Yeah, Marty. I know what's coming. Yeah, she gonna be acting up too. The children will love my new young. Oh, Marty. Dude. You got a younger wife too. Oh my goodness. You better make your new house bulletproof. You better make your new house bulletproof. You got a younger wife. Oh, she gonna kill you. She's going to kill you, bro. I would hate to be you right now. A younger wife, Lord have mercy. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to pray for your ex-wife, Marty, because she gonna try to kill you. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. You get another woman younger, and she look better. Lord have mercy. Car Antonio. Who's Car Antonio? Okay, wait a minute. First, we got Q with the rooftop Trey. And then we got the car antenna Antonio. Turf, please elaborate on that for me. You men crazy. Don't go get younger and better looking wife. Is y'all gonna make these women set your house on fire. You better move way in damn Alaska somewhere. She often married after married to her yet. She's in the works. A 22-year-old Afro Colombian. Just be careful, Marty. Cause I tell you, these ex-wives, they can't handle it, man. I'm telling you. They can't. They be in a nervous wreck. But anyway, congrats to you and the new missus. The next two signs. This is how you can tell a woman is a rider and not a provider. You're compensating for the man she really wants. The man she really wants or the man she has hoped to get, she wasn't able to conquer. But you so happen came along during the situation. My little note said. She really didn't have much interest she didn't have interest for you. You became a matter of convenience because the man she really wanted did not want her. It's kind of like you go to the department store to get a pair of pants, but it's not really the pants you wanted. But being that you didn't have time to go from store to store to find a pair of pants you wanted, you just ended up having to grab what you could get for the moment. Some of you men, that's what you are to some of the women you really love. You are just a matter of convenience. Some females, they pick up men out of a matter of convenience. Basically because the dude they were checking for or the dude they really wanted did not want them. And this happens all the time. Women tend to chase men who really don't have much interest in them. And the man who really is interested in them or the man who really wants to build with them, that is the man they shun away from. That is the man they give a hard time till they get tired of running after this guy. till they get tired of getting rejected by this guy. Now, especially as they're getting older, and now that they luck done ran out, and they can't just go run out there and pick up another tenderoni, whatever. Now they want to come back to you. Now they want to be with you. Basically, you're just compensating for the guy. You're just replacing a guy she really couldn't get. She couldn't conquer him. She could not make him be with her. So basically, you just a fill-in dude. You a standby. You was a just a quick replacement. You're a substitute basically. Um, that's how you know if a woman is not really riding for you. She just brought you back into her life only because the guy she wanted, she couldn't get nowhere with him. The dude just wasn't feeling her no more, or he either then got remarried and got another woman or whatever and moved on with his life. Now she realizes, you know what, I might as well stay with this guy, even though I'm not really in love with this guy, but the guy I really want to love and really want to be with, I can't be with him. So I'm just gonna have to stay with this guy. That's what how some of these guys do. I mean, some of these women do, and it's not cool, but they do it. Um, Fortunately, I've never. Let me see. Fortunately, I've never got married, although I was engaged to a 27-year-old Panamanian princess just left my house, and may indeed be marriage material though. Okay, okay, cool. Okay, that's a good look, Turf. Q says the man she really wants is armed robbery Anthony with the wife beater on and face tattoos. Y'all is killing me with these names. Oh my gosh. But yeah, but Q, you getting the overall point of what I'm saying. Yeah, you was just a quick replacement. Okay, you just was the fill-in dude for the guy she really couldn't get. And this is the last tip as to how you can know a female is a rider, not a provider. Her family or her friends pressured her to be with you. They pressured her to be with you. Thank you, Ernest, for the $10 donation, sir. Appreciate it. Ernest says the plight of not being a woman's first choice. She might leave when baby daddy gets out of jail, laughing my effing ass off. Yep. And survey says to Mr. Ernest, you are absolutely right. That's the point I was making when I was doing my last point. You're just compensating for the dude that she really wants. When he gets out of jail, he gets out of prison after he done served them 15 months, 15 years, you back out of there. You're just there for the time being until she gets what she wants. What's up, Jamar Pennymon? And that's the truth. That's what I'm telling a lot of these guys out here. A lot of these guys, you got to be careful going into relationships with these females when they just broke up with their baby daddy or their man just went to jail. You got to be careful with that. If she tells you Pookie done got locked up and he been locked up for a couple of months and he getting out in a year or so, don't even waste your time. Because 9 times out of 10, she's going right back to Pookie. And she ain't got a choice because she know Pookie gonna beat the hell out of her if she don't get rid of you. Okay. So the point I was getting ready to make was her family or her friends pressured her to be with you. In most cases, many women, we have a way of influencing other women to be with a certain type of guy. Women, we do it all the time. Okay. Girl, you need to be with Greg. Greg got a good job. Greg make good money. Greg ain't got no kids. You over here wasting your time with Deshaun. Deshaun done been in and out of jail for armed robbery. He got $50,000 worth of child arrearage from all his 5, 6 baby mamas. Yeah, I know, girl, but Deshaun, he sure know how to throw it down. He sure got that good wood. Greg, he made good money and everything, but he ain't hitting it right. He can't find my G spot. He don't know what he doing. He making good money, but he don't know how to make me bust one. I mean, you'll be surprised. This how females talk to each other. You could just be the guy based on the fact that her family or her friends made her get with you. Um, Maybe her mother, told her you're a good, hardworking man, so she needs to keep you, or her girlfriends told her you're a good catch, So although she may not have any interest in being with you, she's only with you because people keep persuading her to stay with you. And sometimes people, especially family, let me tell y'all something. Family members will tell a woman to remain in a relationship she may not even want, simply because they don't want to be in a position to help her. I've known women who would tell their daughters to stay with no good ass dudes only because that mother does not want her daughter to move back into her house with her 5, 6 kids. Females are being pressured and influenced by their family and their friends to stay with men that they don't want only because everybody knows if she breaks up with you or whatever, then they're gonna have to deal with her. So you have to be careful with that, guys. Some of these women, they're only with you because people was telling them they need to be with you. Girl, he got good money. Girl, he don't have no kids. Girl, he'll be a good stepfather. Or at least he paid bills. At least he got nice cars. Women will only be with you only because some of these females is only with certain type of men because somebody told them they need to be. So, guys, all the signs I just told you, and I just broke down all the elements. This is how you know a woman is not a rider. She's just looking for a provider. She's looking for you to help her in her miserable situation or her unstable situation. And you have to make sure that you are loved and not just needed. Don't be a dude that she needs. You have to make sure you are a dude that she loves, because once the needs run out, then you know the love gonna definitely run out. And I've seen some guys, they and I've seen some situations where some guys wanted a woman so bad. There was this one particular female he had his eyes on. He just had to get her. He was not gonna stop at nothing until he got this one particular chick. And he knew in order for him to get her, he had to do things out of his element he normally wouldn't do. I know some dudes who done got themselves in debt just to impress a woman. Got a certain car that they couldn't afford just to impress a woman, to make a woman happy. Got a big old house with an extensive ass mortgage just to make a woman happy. And I'm like this, if a woman really loves you for you, she's going to love you whether if y'all in a 6-bedroom house or y'all in a 2-bedroom mobile home trailer. If she really loves you for you, she's willing to accept you even at your worst when you can't give her the finer things in life. Because the truth is, all relationships comes with struggles and up and downs. You don't try so hard that you got your eyes set on one woman. You willing to put your finances, your health at risk, just so you can try to please this particular woman. And yeah, Larry, that could be the case. Could be a guy that has little options. And guess what? There are some guys who don't have much options. There are some guys that don't look that good. Just like you got some women out there who don't have a lot of options, you got some guys that don't have it like that to be choosy. They not that good looking. They don't got a lot of money. Unless you're an NBA star, an NFL star, you can change out women like you change out draws or whatever. But you're an average dude and you're not making a lot of money and you're not top notch hella fine, you may not have many options. So what tends to happen is men who don't have a lot of options, they will and they feel like there's a certain type of female they want, and they know they have to have a certain thing going in order for that female to get them time of day. Some guys will do that. Not all men, only the men who got low self-esteem. Only the men who are simping, as y'all would say. Now, these are the things that y'all can do. I don't know, AJ, if you're still around, if you're still listening, let me know. Or whatever. If you're still listening, let me know. So I could have bring you in. So these are the things that you can do, gentlemen. If you're in a situation, if you're dealing with a female, well, basically she's not a rider. You're just her provider. She's only with you because you provide. You pay the bills. You serve a purpose to her. You have these are some things that you can do. Um, these cleanup men be having to beg for respect from their women. Yeah, they do. I've witnessed it a bunch of times. I've seen it. I've seen men who ran after a particular female because of how good she looks, got with her, and realized he had his work cut out for her. Yeah, she looks good. She got a big butt, big titties, and big hips, but at the same time, she got big issues. And because of his ego, he afraid to let her go. He's scared to let her go. He because his ego. Like I said, you got some men out there with low self-esteem. So these are some things that you can do. Just some tips for men who may be in a situation. Is don't let your ego cause you to stay with the woman that doesn't see your worth. Again, you have some men, it's their ego thing. By nature, men like to win. By nature, men, y'all are conquerors by nature. Y'all are natural conquerors. That's just been designed in y'all as men to be conquerors. So by nature, men, y'all don't like to be defeated. Especially when it's something you really feel like that's owed to you, or you feel like you really worked for it, or you feel like you really deserve it. Again, most of you who put yourself in this type of position, you let your ego get in the way. You feel like because you got all these kids from this woman, you don't want to leave her and have to worry about child support. You don't want to have to leave her and have to worry about alimony. Or because she looks so good, she looks so beautiful. Maybe she was your first piece of you know what. You never had a woman who turned you out in the bedroom before. I don't know. But whatever the case is, don't allow that to get you to the point to where you are willing to take so much disrespect, knowing she doesn't see your worth, and all because you want to save your ego. Don't be trying to save your ego just because you want to please a woman that doesn't see your worth. Okay, so that's first and foremost. Secondly, man up. Stop allowing her to make all the decisions. If you, as a man, you're supposed to lead. You're supposed to lead. And that don't mean be abusive. You can lead without being abusive. You can be the leader of the house and the leader of the marriage without having to put your hands on a woman, without having to slap a woman and knock a tooth out and put her in the hospital, whatever. You should be able to lead in a sense to where she will respect you without you having to put her hands on her. She knows just by the moment you put in her place, she knows how far to go. She knows where you stand as the man of the house. And that's something you have to do. You cannot allow her to make all the decisions. She think it's okay to be disrespectful and got all time of night, even though she didn't cook, she didn't clean, she didn't take care of the children. You stand there and you allow it to happen. You let it continuously happen. Then you allow it to happen so much to the point to where you blow up and you end up physically hurting her. That is the monster you created. You see it's a problem, you nip it in the bud immediately, or either you leave the relationship. Next, do you find yourself doing most of the work to keep the relationship together? If you are a man and you're finding yourself doing all of the work, you're doing all of everything to try to make it happen. Meanwhile, she's not communicating, she's not putting in the work, she's not changing her ways. You're the only one doing all the changing, and she's not. It's time for you to make a change and pick you another woman. There's no need in staying with a woman that's going to make you miserable for the rest of your days, for the rest of your life. It's time to move on and just count your loss. Next, don't use the kids as an excuse to stay with a woman that doesn't love you. It's a lot. I've known a lot of men who have done it. They don't want to pay child support. There's men who will stay miserable in a relationship with a woman just to avoid paying child support. But you're miserable all because you're trying to save a dollar. Let me tell you something. Sometimes you got to pay for your way out of peace. Even if it may mean you may have to be financially obligated to some things that you don't want to be obligated to. But if that's what it's going to take to get you the hell away from her, then so be it. She can't get child support forever. She can't get alimony forever. It's either that or stay miserable. What's up, Jason? Too many wimps in the black community because a single mother's not making good decisions. I've addressed that several times in all of my contents. It's unfortunate that too many men are being raised by single mothers. Put it this way, toxic single mothers. And it's definitely affecting our community. But as I was saying, don't use your kids as an excuse to stay with a woman to be miserable just because you don't want to pay child support. Okay. Let's see. Thanks, T Curry. Appreciate it. For the $20 donation. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Question is, tell us, how would you pull a chick if you was a dude? What would you do and say seriously? LOL. And it would be a good show for you to talk about. I would like to hear you talk about it from your point of view. Next video. Sounds interesting. A matter of fact, what I can do with I could bring my other two ladies on with me too. I think that would be interesting to talk about if we were dudes, how what we would say and what we would do to pull women. That's interesting. I'm definitely up for the challenge, and because you have donated to my channel, I will do that. I will definitely do that. I'm up for the challenge. I think that would be a really good discussion. What we would say if we were in your position. Okay, I think that's a good challenge. It's on, Mr. Curry. It's definitely on. So what I would do when I log off, I'm going to get the girls and do a ladies panel. That way it'll be more than one of us elaborating on what we would say to women if we were men. And I think that's a really, really, really interesting thing, a really interesting topic to talk about. So yes, I would gladly do it. If you send me your email, what I'll do is whenever I decide to go live, I'll email you first so you don't miss out on it and you're there when we decide to do it. So yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Absolutely. And again, thank you for the $20 donation, and I'll make it happen. I'll do it, no problem. Mocha, it's not just a dollar, 18 years. Hell yeah, 18 years. Once you have a child, really it's for the rest of your life, because even when these children get grown, you still got to deal with their mama. You still got to it never ends. Children, you never stop being a parent until the day you die. Put it that way. Because I'm almost 40 years old and I still depend on my mom to a certain degree. Not with money or paying my bills. I still depend on my dad. I call my dad all the time and ask him for advice and stuff. So I agree. It's a lifetime commitment. Marty says, then you should level, brothers. Time to earn out your situation. Never be afraid to leave. Be a man. You ain't never lied. You'll have more peace in the long run. Let's see. You always track, and I agree with that, Harry. With that, Larry. I've said all the time. You do attract. You attract what you perceive to be on your level to a certain degree. And then there's just some people, they are really professional mastermind manipulators. You got some people that know what to say and what to do to manipulate their way into making people go against their principles. Now, I'm not saying that's the case with everybody, but it's been some times where a man or a woman would say, I'm not dating this kind of dude. I don't mess with these kind of women. But you'll get that one mastermind manipulator that knows how to maneuver and suck you right into them if you're not careful. The last thing is, understand that there's a difference in being loved and being needed. A lot of you men out here, you have to realize you got to make sure a woman is with you because she loves you, not because she just needs you. Okay? There's a difference. When you need someone, that's just it. It's a need. You don't want to be with a woman because she needs you to pay the bills. She needs you to help her take care of her kids. She needs you because the problem is if a woman is with you solely based on the principle of needs, when those needs run out, so will her patience and so will her loyalty. You want a person that loves you for you, because one thing about love doesn't run out. Well, it's not supposed to, but needs do. It's no different, for instance, if you want to get laid one night, that's just because you just need to get laid. But guess what? Once you done got laid and that person accomplished that, you don't need them no more. You kick them out the car, you drop them back off, and you keep it moving because they have fulfilled your need. But when a person loves you, that's different because that person is going to weather the storms with you no matter what. Whether you got it, whether you don't got it, whether you up, whether you down. That's why there's a saying that love conquers everything, and it does. Doesn't matter if we have to downgrade from a 6 bedroom house to a 2 bedroom house. Long as we still together, if we got to downgrade from a Lexus 2020 to a Toyota Camry 2001, because we ain't not in a position where we can't afford to do it big like that no more, then so be it. That's how love is supposed to go and that's supposed to flow. So anyway, I just wanted to do this topic tonight, guys. It's called She's Not a Rider, You're a Provider. Please be careful when you pick up these women. Make sure you spend enough time with the woman where you can really find out what her intentions are. Ask her about her future plans. Where does she look to be in a couple of years? Is she looking, ask her. There's slick ways you can ask a woman about herself without asking her about herself. You know, uh, that's it's a way you can probe. You can ask probing questions where you can find out what kind of situation a woman is in. Because let me tell you something, women, we are talkative by nature. You ask us enough of questions, we're going to tell you everything. In fact, we'll probably tell you too damn much because women by nature, we are natural talkers. You keep talking to her. Eventually, she's going to tell you some stuff about her. Y'all having dinner, y'all having lunch one day, and she up there complaining about all her bills and stuff. You know, just simple dialogue, man. With the way the economy is going, times are getting hard. And just listen to what she got to say after that. Yeah, you're right. Times are getting hard. I'm 2 months behind on my light bill. Then I ain't had the money to pay my rent because my baby daddy didn't send me the $500 to pay my rent. And then on top of that, I got my car note. I gonna have to pay for my Toyota Camry. Eventually, she gonna tell you all her business if you just learn to listen. Don't be so quick to get in her draws that you don't take the time to listen to her and hold a lot of conversations. That way you can learn what type of broad you're getting yourself into. It's important that you do that. Now, if you're just looking to get laid or something, then okay, maybe you don't feel a need to ask all them questions. But guys, be careful. Because it's a lot of good men out here. All of y'all are not dogs, all the contrary to what many may say. All of y'all are not out to just get one thing. It's a lot of good guys. I've seen good guys marry the wrong women, have children from the wrong women, and now they're miserable and bitter and jaded because they gave all of themselves to the wrong woman. So just be careful. I broke down all the elements. I gave y'all all the things that y'all need to look for. So just be careful with that. So with that being said, I definitely want to thank y'all for hanging out and tuning in with me. Before I get ready to shut it down, um, just keep in mind if any of you guys or any of you ladies are interested in cable, I sell cable. I got my own live stream app. All you have to have is a Fire Stick and high speed internet, 20 gigabytes or more. If you living in the boonies, you live in the country where you don't get good internet service, it's not going to be a good service to you or whatever. So you have to have a good, reliable area where the internet is pretty good. I have 6,000 channels. I have all the HBOs, all the Cinemaxes, all the live pay-per-view events free. I know additional charge. Up to 2 devices. It's only $26 a month. That's it. There's not a promotion price. There's not a gimmick price. Once you sign up with me, it'll always be $26 a month. For those who just want a cheaper cable alternative, if you don't want to pay Dish Network or Direct TV, if you already got an Amazon stick, I can connect your services today or I can connect it tomorrow, depending on the situation. But anybody who's interested, just email me and I'll put my email information out there at Cafe de Paris 79 at yahoo.com if you are interested in getting live streaming cable for only $26 a month. Cash App is Diamond Girl for those of you who are interested in investing into my channel, into my brand. I appreciate all the super chats tonight. You guys, you ladies rock. Y'all was awesome. Also, this is brought to you by the No Fuckery Zone. promoting not knowledge, not garbage. Again, espresso streams, I sell it for $26 a month. It's really only 25, but the other dollar is for those who decide to cash at me every month or whatever for their cable services. You just have to add in that extra dollar because I get charged a fee. Tonight's content, if it doesn't apply, you don't have to reply. Let it fly. If I said anything that you felt was offensive to you as a man or to you as a woman, if it's not in regards to you personally, don't take it personal. This is just content. It's just my personal opinion. Other than that, I really appreciate y'all for hanging out with me at the late chat dine-in. Again, I never do live streams this late. I've only done it this late because, like I said, I'm a correctional officer and I done got used to being up all night and sleeping all day. Usually this time of night I'll be up walking and doing my rounds and stuff or whatever, but I'm off for the next couple of days, thank you God. So other than that, that should be cool. Let me see some of y'all comments if I get ready. Yeah, Mocha, don't nobody love nobody no more. Black people don't raise their children to be husband and wives one day to each other. Yep, all of that is pretty much disbanded. You're definitely right about that, Q. All men marry their mothers. Whatever mom was, that is the man woman he will attract. I could definitely agree on that to a big extent. I hope that works out for you, dear. Okay, I got some. T Curry, $5. Thank you again for the $5 donation, sir. You're gonna blow up on YouTube when you do the video. LOL, your point of view is different from the rest. I'm hoping so. That's what I'm striving for. I'm striving to be different. I'm striving to actually provide knowledge instead of garbage, and like I said, there's not too many female content creators that's going to do content that's going to help other men also be able to understand women better. And I appreciate all of you guys just for hanging out in this chat room, because it means that y'all are trying to learn and y'all are not these dudes out here who pretty much have a one track mind and see one things one way and one way only. And definitely I appreciate all my ladies as well. You know what, Q, that may be something for me to look into. I may need to start selling some weave and some gold tooth. A matter of fact, hell, I should have did that when everybody got them damn stimulus checks. I'm too late now. It's probably too late because everybody done spent their stimulus money. If I was thinking, I would have sure did it then. But yes, it's been awesome. I appreciate all of y'all. Again, thanks for the super chat. Thank y'all for those of you who was not able to super chat, but the fact that you came here to support and hang out with me and join in, that is just as meaningful as a super chat. So anyway, y'all, it is your girl, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth, and I'm going to always break you off a slice of knowledge. Y'all take care, and I'll be wrapping it with y'all soon. Bye.